there folks, my name is Jonathan Leonard. I'm the Senior Product Specialist and Product Specialist Manager for Native Instruments. We're here at the AES 2005 show, and here at AES, Native Instruments is actually showing off the 3 new products. And right now I'm going to show you some of the features of this new instrument called Bandstand. Bandstand, as you can see here on the screen, Bandstand is a general MIDI tone module and MIDI file player. What we've done is we've actually provided some software that is a general purpose, excellent sound library that you can use for rendering your general MIDI content. There's been some concern in the past that a lot of general MIDI tone modules don't really sound that great, so what we wanted to do is make a professional library of instruments to basically take all that GM content that's out there and basically breathe some genuine life into it. So here we're looking at the main Bandstand interface, and we're looking at what's called the play view. And here we can see the first 16 channels of perhaps a general MIDI arrangement. So what I'm going to do now is just grab a string patch. I'm going to take the string patch and put it in slot number 2, and I'll check our MIDI input, and they're both responding to MIDI channel 2, so now I can actually play the piano and the strings at the same time. Then if I wanted to go a little bit further, I could actually check out some of the other features in Bandstand. In our mix view, I could actually pan this left and right a little bit, and I could also add some basic general MIDI effects like chorus and reverb. So now that I've shown off a couple of the instruments, as you go through here, you'll actually hear the quality that our sound designers have put into the voicing of these instruments. But of course, Bandstand's really meant to play back full general MIDI tracks. So what I'm going to do now is load up a MIDI file, and Bandstand is set up. You could set up all the parameters here and then save everything in Bandstand as a preset. And I have some presets set up and ready to go. And I'm going to pull one up called the Brandenburg Concerto Demo. It's a lot of fun. And then I'm going to come over to, and I'm just going to slightly alter our MIDI input settings so it responds properly. Change our driver a little bit. So here we have a Bach Brandenburg Concerto being played back through Bandstand. If we take a look at the mix view, you can actually see here in the mix view all the tracks being played back by Bandstand. If we jump back to the play view, we can see we've got violins, flutes, strings, oboe, bassoon, cello, contrabass. So we have all the instruments necessary to actually play back this Brandenburg Concerto with instruments that are much higher quality than your typical GM tone module. Pretty darn cool. Now, of course, Bandstand actually has a lot more going on than just necessarily the effects that come in as part of general MIDI. We can change the pitch and tuning of all the instruments in a general MIDI arrangement at once. If I go into our tuning section, I can also pick and choose from temperaments. If any of you folks out there have general MIDI classical files where you actually want to hear your Bach fugues or concertos rendered with period-specific temperaments, you can actually assign each instrument to a different temperament. We have selections here: Pythagorean, mean tone, Silbermann, Werkmeister. This is something that actually a lot of people are going to find exciting, especially for folks using Sibelius or Finale. You can actually drop your instruments into tunings. We also have an interesting feature here that can be used to constrain instruments to scale. And I'm just going to change our driver here for a second. If you want to, you can actually play specific instruments here constrained to a particular scale. So I'm just going to enable our driver. Fantastic. Take a violin, drop it into MIDI channel 1, and bring up our volume. So if I wanted this violin, for example, for all the notes to be constrained to a blues scale, all I have to do is reach over here and pull down to blues, This is, of course, in there pertaining to our scale parameter. Now, whatever note I play here is going to be playing the C major blues scale. Which is kind of cool. It's just a little function that we added to Bandstand to basically make our scales a little bit more interesting. We have a slide section. Also, if you have general MIDI files that are very, very rigid and aren't very, very expressive, we have a humanize function. It will basically jitter the note positions and the velocities and make those MIDI parts a little bit more expressive. We also have a quantize section, so if your MIDI files are actually a little bit too sloppy, you can totally enable the quantizer. It will tighten everything up. And in terms of features, we also have some extra things under the hood that are really, really cool to look at. If I edit our master section, we can actually look at our system utilization. And we also have an optimized memory section that allows you to only load the samples that are being used by your arrangement into RAM. For example, at the beginning of a piece, I'll hit that optimize button and I'll play through all the notes that the general MIDI file is triggering. And then if I hit that button again, it'll delete all the samples that were not in use by the instrument. So then the next time I load this preset, it's been optimized to only use as much memory as necessary to play back the file. So in this case, you can do these things to lighten up the load on your computer. So again, Bandstand is new here at AES 2005. It's a general MIDI tone module and MIDI file player. And in terms of compatibility, Bandstand is going to be supporting GM1, GM2. It's going to be supporting XG and GS formats, as well as hypercanvas files. And we also added some custom Native Instruments messages to make these instruments absolutely as expressive as possible. So thanks for stopping by to check out this video of Bandstand. I'm Jonathan Leonard, and check out more information at nativeinstruments.com. Thank you.